This week, we're making apocalyptic utility belts. Gonna be a lot of fun.
Loaded for bear, loaded for bear. He ain't got a reason, he ain't got a care, 'cause he's loaded for bear, loaded for bear.
Ooh, what's up everybody? I'm feeling a heck of a lot better now that COVID's out my system. I appreciate everybody checking in on me because I did have the plague. I feel a lot better now, but I'm pretty sure we're still gonna have an apocalypse. This week on Surviving the Apocalypse with Lou, we're talking about utility belts. If you don't have one, you need to get one. We're gonna make Batman look like an idiot. Got all kinds of cool gizmos and shit. What's up, neighbor? Got knives. Let's get set up on the stump and cut to the crotch cam. All right, so we have the crotch cam view, and now we're gonna work ourselves tail to buckle. And some of you may be wondering, why do I need an apocalyptic survival belt? Couldn't I just have a go bag or something like that? I guess you could have a go bag if you want to die immediately. What are you gonna do, wrestle into your knapsack when you need a Batman moment of hero-like skills and equipment? I don't think so, friend. First and most practical thing you need, get yourself a good flashlight. Something with a bezel so you can still stab somebody with it, but also one with red and white light. Can't go wrong with a classic Leatherman. Absolutely love me one of these. Now, I decided to go a little glampy with it and get you one that has a lot of color to it. That way, if it falls out your pocket or off your belt in the woods, it's easier to find, while still concealed in the black Leatherman pouch. Open this bad boy up. This particular Leatherman has everything you need, from mini saws to knives, stabbing equipment, wire cutters. But get you a Leatherman and get your dick right. Otherwise you ain't got a multi-tool. I'll tell you right now, those Stanleys and them Gerber multi-tools, ass compared to a Leatherman. Next you have mace pepper gel. And I gotta tell you right now, having never been sprayed with this, I'm concerned that somebody could steal it off me and spray me with it. But in tandem, used with a knife, you could spray somebody in the eyes, blind the hell out of them, and then stab them full of holes. First grouping of tools done, let's move to the back tools. I'd say the most important gear you're gonna have on you right now. Gotta have yourself a good hatchet. Now, a lot of people might see the hand axe as a weapon. This is gonna be used mostly for timber, and if there's zombies about, I guess you use the hand axe. But have yourself a handy dandy chopping tool on you. Now, I'll tell you right now, regardless if this was apocalyptic belt or not, you should never leave home without duct tape on your hip. That's just practical 101. As well as having enough gear ties to keep an emergency ration of corned beef hash on your body. Everybody knows surviving the apocalypse is hungry work, and corned beef hash has everything you need. Protein, carbohydrates, fats, complete in a vacuum sealed can. Yeah, you can go ahead and keep your MREs and freeze-dried food. I'll be just fine with my corned beef hash. Eggs not included, but you can bring your own. Everybody knows, gotta have yourself classic MRE spoon. It makes everything taste 10% better and also combats field ration diarrhea. So get yourself an MRE spoon. Also gear tie that sucker on there. Next up, I call it the cutlery section. Now, I've been told by multiple law enforcement agency buddies of mine that you cannot have a full fixed blade on your hip in the state I currently live in. But to them I say, don't you have bigger fish to fry? Get yourself a full tang knife, and to keep it street legal, there's only one edge on it. But then I go ahead and think to myself, well, they already said I can't have a full tang blade on my hip unless I'm a hunter or some such nonsense. So now I have a half illegal, totally illegal knife that has one blade on it. So I guess I'm gonna sharpen the other side, because in for a dime, stab me a dollar, you know what I mean? But a full tang blade knife is something I like to have. Put that on in there. Now I got myself a Smith & Wesson, mainly because it looked cool and I thought it'd be fun. But Smith & Wesson is, as far as I know, known mainly for their firearms, so they could make a shit knife. Next up, got myself a Crenshaw. Now, everybody talks about having redundancies. You got a fixed blade knife that you could baton or stab or do all kinds of stuff. Crenshaw, you got yourself a little spring assisted bad boy here, And that's definitely just for opening packages or, you know, cutting paper or showing people how big your dick is by having a cool knife. Everybody knows that in knife culture. The sharper your knife is, the larger your penis is. Now, every utility belt has to have a special operations section, right? Something for those moments where you think you're really up shit's creek. Now, you might be thinking, Lou, that's a wonderful can of corned beef hash, but how are you gonna cook it? I'm glad you asked. First up, gotta have a fire starting source. So I go with the classic Bic lighter with thousands of lights. You're always gonna wanna have a little cash on hand. Now, this is US currency, and at the moment, it's still worth something, but it could be worthless and, in fact, used as tinder. Also, if there's strippers in the apocalypse, they're gonna appreciate a tip or two. That ain't your, you know, you get it. And the last thing, Lou, how are you gonna carry water on this utility belt? Well, you go ahead and get yourself a Magnum condom right here. Not for the size of your fella, but for the size of your survivability. Because you go down to the creek, you open this bad boy up, and you junk it in there like a giant water balloon, and then you know, you got yourself a condom canteen, which I gotta tell you, the thought of drinking lubricated sex water is gross as hell, but enough preppers have told me online that you can use condoms as canteens. I thought it'd be hilarious to buy big dick energy stuff for the shoot. So condom canteen back in. Get yourself a condom canteen. Put your hooker money in. Fire starter. And there you have it. That's everything you need for your apocalyptic survival utility belt. Alright everybody, now that you're decked out like a hillbilly Batman, you're gonna do just fine in the apocalyptic wasteland. So until next time, keep your protein intake high and your weapons loaded. You're gonna be alright, because you're surviving the apocalypse with Lou. And you know what? I'm surviving it with you. Alright. Now it's time to go bird hunting.
Cause he's loaded for bear. Loaded for bear.
Huge penis vibes.